Namaste, I am Acharya Pratishtha and I welcome you to this Friday episode of Friday Facts with Acharya Pratishtha, an insight to Indian culture. These 9 auspicious days of Navratra are going on, and today we are talking about women power. We are talking about Matra Shakti. A question which comes in every woman's mind at least sometime in her lifetime is, why am I prohibited to enter temple and kitchen during my periods? These days it has become a fashion to actually be very vocal on this, that Sanatan Sabhyata is so conservative that women are being restricted to enter temples and kitchen, and they are restricted to so many activities during their periods because there is a lot of need of women empowerment in Hinduism and Sanatan Sanskriti, Sanatan culture. No, you must have gone through several discourses of mine on this subject because I had been very, very vocal on this. But today we are going to look at the scientific side of this. We are going to look at the scientific aspect behind it. So first and most important thing is, let's look at the science behind it. If a person goes through blood donation, he or she is recommended to take rest. If a person goes through any wound where blood falls out, he or she is recommended to take rest. Then why women are not recommended to take rest? Our Mahan Sanatan Sanskriti knew this fact, that when a time when you are bleeding, I'm talking about a wound, I'm talking about blood donation, but here for 3 to 5 days a woman is continuously bleeding. How important it is for her to take rest. We knew it, our ancestors knew it. Now let's go back to that time when the basic and most important work of women was to look after the temple and to look after the kitchen. These were two most important works she had. Our ancestors had been so liberal that they exempted her from opting, from working at temple as well as at kitchen, and she was exempted from these two most important works she had to do, she used to do, and she was told to just take absolute rest for 5 days, as they knew that it is important to give rest to women during these 5 days. Now we look at it in a more simpler way. Nowadays you see a lot of infrastructure around you. We are separate, jungles are separate, animals live separate, we live separate. We can commute so easily through car, through metro, through so many other ways. We want to go to a hill station, it's not a tough task these days. We want to go to some Tirth Sthan, it's not a tough task these days. But just imagine that time when roads were not there, when electricity was not there, when cars and such vehicles were not there, and temples were made at the outskirts of villages. In simple words, humans and animals used to live together, and when temples were made at the outskirts of villages, women had to go, not just women, women and men had to go to temple. We all know this fact that wild animals can smell their target through blood and then they attack their target. And at this time when women were bleeding, it was said that you should not visit temples at the outskirts because wild animals can attack you through the smell of your blood. Now let's come to the third point. If we look at it in a yogic and Ayurvedic way, when we conduct our yoga sessions, when we conduct our shivers, the first thing which we tell everyone is, if there is anyone who is suffering from fever, if there is anyone who is suffering from menstrual cycle, who is having her menstrual cycle, it is recommended not to practice yoga. Now you would say, oh, yoga is so biased, why women should not practice yoga abhyas during her periods? Reason is very, very simple. On one side, when we are saying somebody is having fever, somebody is having any wound, somebody is not feeling good, somebody is not feeling very energetic, somebody is sick, and somebody is having menstrual periods, reason your energy levels are low during this time. Let's understand it in a yogic way, and it is recommended to take rest. Let's understand it in an Ayurvedic way. Ayurveda, all of you must have heard about Vat, Pitta and Kapha. Vat and Pitta is high during these menstrual days. How do we know that? You must have seen women having pimples just before periods because of the hormonal changes, because pith is high. Some women suffer from itching throughout her body. Some feel discomfort and heat inside her. There are few women who feel nausea and vomit because because Vata is high. So Vata and Pitta is high during this period, and secretion happens through your vagina. Now waste of our body comes out from different, there are different ways of secretion, sometimes through ear, eyes, nose, mouth, and your reproductive organs. So this secretion happens through your vagina. That means downward. The flow of energy is downward. If you practice yoga abhyas, if you practice any physical activity, if you practice any spiritual activity, if you practice any emotional activity, if you practice sankirtan, you offer prayers, your energy levels go upward. In yogic language, we call it prana shakti. We have different prans, different koshas. So those who know about yoga would relate to it so easily. So when we talk about prana shakti, on one side your prana shakti is going, your energy is going down. On another side, your energy is coming upward. So you are doing contradict activity, which can, this contradiction can affect you in a worst way, in an adverse way. Hence, it is suggested to take rest, to not do too much of physical activity, to not do too much of spiritual activity, so that the secretion happens easily. And as I said, your Vata and Pitta is high. This is a time, these 5 days are best period to balance your Vata, Pitta and Kapha. So it's better not to disbalance it and to go through the process of balancing it. Many women must have realized once they are done with their periods, their skin starts glowing, no pimples are there, you feel so light at the level of your body and your mind, there are no mood swings, you feel so relaxed because your Vata, Pitta and Kapha is absolutely balanced. So these are so simple and easy ways. There might be few people who are not from the yogic and Ayurvedic background. They might not have understood prana shakti and energy levels, but at least they would have understood first 3 points. And most important, you will be seeing and meeting many people who will tell you, you are so impure during your periods. In Sanatan Sabhyata, this menstrual blood is considered so impure. Women are considered impure. No. We have such temples where bleeding goddess is worshipped, because it is believed that this is the most pure blood, because you and me, we all are made up of this blood. How beautiful it is. There are so many regions where, there is a ritual of when a girl bleeds for the first time during her first menstrual period, that cloth where she has bleeded is kept safely, and when she gets married, that is gifted to her, because it is believed that this blood is so pure that it is going to keep you safe from all the evils. Then there are so many states where disposal of your sanitary pads or cloth, if you use cloth, is considered as very important task, because it is believed that some negative energies and some black magic can also happen on you through that cloth, through that blood stain, because that is considered so pure. So do not believe these myths that you are prohibited. You are exempted. You are, restrained from doing this. It is important to take some rest. Then people ask why we should not involve in sexual activity. Are you just, why you want to do everyday thing every single day? Take a break, relax. Again, your energies are upward when you involve in any physical, mental, emotional activity. So it's better to just relax for 5 days. And then whenever anybody tells you, you are conservative, your culture is conservative, share this video with them. And do not forget to share this video with all your youngsters around you, because they should know the science behind each and every ritual. If you have any question, any query, any doubt related to any of the practice your family is doing or you are doing, share us your questions, share with us your queries, and we will try to come up with a solution with the answer in our next video. Till then, you stay happy, you stay blessed. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Hari Om.